What's up, black and white sports fans? John Matrix here, and I'm back with another video. All right, we all know what has been going on with Bubba Wallace Smollett. And yes, he is Bubba Wallace Smollett. He is a complete fraud and a complete liar. He stages yet another hoax in a similar fashion to Jussie Smollett, whatever his name is. And we're watching, sports news today because this is sports channel. I did give my take on this on my personal channel as well. But Nick Wright, man, said something today on FS1 that really made me scratch my head. And if you watch my main channel, I talk about how the mainstream media, they have an agenda, they're frauds. And I've even mentioned that it has kind of went over into the sports world now too. And Nick Wright, on full display on FS1, he even tweeted out this here. I'm going to show it to you on the screen here. He says, folks who called Bubba Wallace Jussie Smollett are taking a victory lap this morning despite the FBI proving them to be the charlatans that they are. They should be ashamed of themselves. So he's calling FBI agents, elite agents, charlatans. Really, the FBI brought in 15 people, and this was a nothing burger. Nothing burger. And if you actually watch the interview with Don Lemon and Jussie Smollett on the Communist News Network, also known as CNN, and also on the Communist Broadcasting Station, also known as CBS, you can see that this thing was a complete hoax. Bubba Wallace finds out that it's not a hoax. It's not a hate crime, I should say. And that the news had been there since last October. You would think that this man would be overjoyed that it's not a hate crime. But if you watch his CBS interview, it seems like he was depressed to find out that it was not a hate crime because he wanted it to be a hate crime. And you got guys like Nick Wright calling the police charlatans. Come on, man. The news media, the sports media, it's all the same. They all have an agenda. Now, Nick Wright, when it comes to sports, some of his takes are pretty insane, pretty crazy. But this here, man, I really lost a lot of respect for Nick Wright with this, defending Bubba Wallace and them still calling it a noose. It's not a noose. I mean, I have this same kind of rope in my garage. I'm going to show it to you here on the screen, too. Most garages have those. And also in another picture, there was a rope in the NASCAR garage also. There was no hate crime here. It wasn't deliberate. It just is what it is. But, the news media, even the sports media, they have to move with this narrative of racist across the board. And I do believe that the sports world has really been put on blast, the last couple of weeks, even watching Skip and Shannon talk about all the rioting and everything like that. And Shannon, he went full Orange Man bad and never brought up David Dorn, but that's another story. So I digress. But stop taking these athletes serious. Stop taking these sports personalities serious. Very few people in sports actually have an open mind to things. I'm a big Clay Travis fan. He even called this a hoax. But Nick Wright, man, he has some kind of agenda, some kind of an agenda out there. I guess he doesn't like the police. He doesn't like the FBI or elite trained police officers. I mean, they're actually above police officers. They're that elite. And he calls them charlatans. Come on, man. We're not falling for this, Nick Wright. These guys blew this open in like a few days. And they probably could have took about 15 minutes to figure that this was a complete hoax. There was nothing to it whatsoever. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Nick Wright exposing who he really is. He's a complete fraud, and he's kind of a loser too, if you ask me. So guys, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to Black and White Sports, and we'll catch you next time.